What's up, YouTube? This is Boyd McMahon doing my 63rd track review on Race Bazaar by Kupopoo, which is a difficult track for me to review because I'm not sure if I should even judge it as a racetrack, because in all honesty it is more of a challenge track, more of like a hardcore track than an actual competitive normal race, because there are a lot of obstacles, there are a lot of traps, there are a lot of tricky, ridiculously tricky turns, which in my personal opinion I don't mind, because I do like very difficult maps. I do like challenges, I do like jumping maps, I like race challenges, I like all that stuff. So I don't mind it, but keep in mind that if you're downloading this map, it is not really a proper race map. It is a lot more of a challenge map or a hardcore track. So keep that in mind when you're downloading it. But I, for one, am not the biggest fan of fusion coil traps because, in my personal opinion, they are a lot more based off of luck than actual driving skill. And I feel like that if you're thrown off the track, it shouldn't be because you are just really unlucky. It should be more because you screwed up somewhere, and the fusion coil traps don't really allow for that, so that's a real problem. I don't really understand why there are these random capture plates in the middle of nowhere. I don't understand quite why they're there. It seems really weird that they are there for some reason. Like, they're just littering around the track when it just looks really weird. But in my personal opinion, I found this track quite fun just because I do consider myself a fairly good driver, and yet I did find this track quite challenging. I found it quite difficult, and it did actually test how good of a driver I actually was. I do like this sort of half-wide section that is right here, mainly because when most people do a half-wide section, they never do a full turn. This is a full turn half-wide section, so it actually is quite difficult, especially because there are those barriers that make it actually a bit smaller. Coming up after you go up this jump, there is a actually really good spiral. It's not that difficult, so I don't even know, like, it's not that challenging at all, but it's actually a really well made turn coming up right here, and it does look cool with the glass parts, so that's cool. And then you got this rock part, which is also quite difficult. One challenge I didn't like, because if you know it's there, it's really easy, but if you don't know it's there, it's actually really hard, was that all you have to do is just slow down and go around it, but it's blind and you can't really see it, so you kind of just go off the edge, which is a bit of a problem. Also, as you can see, you spawn off the edge, which is a problem with some of the checkpoints. But this is still a pretty fun racetrack to actually play. There is also a front flip, which works quite well. I didn't realize it was supposed to be a front flip when I came up to it. I thought it was supposed to be like a test. I thought you were supposed to go into the middle, so I expected myself to fail here. And that's why I ended up screwing up and doing the barrel roll, because I didn't realize it was a front flip when I actually went over it. So that's my fault, not the tracks. But this is a challenging map, so keep in mind that if you are going to downloads, keep in mind that it is a challenging map, so don't rage at it when you fall off. Pros, if you're looking for a challenge map, it is fairly challenging. Most of the challenges are fairly well made. Most of the obstacles are fairly well organized. And some of the turns are actually fairly smooth, which is really nice. Cons, a few of the challenges, they are fairly blind and you don't really see them coming, so unless you actually know the map, then you won't be able to do it that well, so that's a little bit of a problem, particularly the fusion coil traps and that one blind turn. Also, some of the parts are really bumpy, which I know is a challenge track, but the bumps don't make it more challenging, they just make it annoying, in my opinion, so I would just recommend that the creator would smooth things out a bit. Still, it's a fun map, and it is quite challenging. Once again, if you want some of the map to be reviewed, send Pro4 Racing a message with the subject map review. In your message, I need your gamer tag, the name of the map, and a link to the map. You cannot submit a map if it has been featured in a Forge review or placed in one of our ROD's contests. Also, if you have submitted a map before and wish to submit a new one, please wait until the first one is uploaded, and then feel free to submit another one. Thank you. Goodbye.